Pickleball has a ton of rules, and by the end of this video, you're gonna understand the 3 most common rules new players get wrong about this zone right here. It's called the non-volley zone or kitchen. And stick around because at the very end, I'm gonna hit you with 2 things. First, a bonus quiz question on a rare pickleball rule that 99% of players, even some pros, get wrong. And second, well, we'll get to that surprise in a moment. What's up, y'all? If you don't know me, my name's Kyle, and I went from being a 3-5 rec player to an APP Tour 2-time medalist in just about 3 years. And now I run ThatPickleballSchool.com, where over 1,000 members are learning how to win games by playing more strategically. So if you want to check that out, we're running a 7-day free trial. The link is in the description below. Here's rule number 1. Behind the line, you're gonna be fine hitting the ball out of the air. Now, you can only hit the ball out of the air if you're completely outside the non-volley zone, or otherwise known as the kitchen. In fact, I'm gonna call it the kitchen for the rest of the video because it just sounds cooler. Now, this means if any part of your body touches the line while hitting it out of the air, it's a fault. If you go to hit the ball and your glasses or another object on your body falls into the kitchen, it's a fault. If you step in to smash an overhead inside of that line, it's a fault. Now, here's a fun part of this that many don't know about. It's called the momentum rule. If you hit the ball out of the air and your momentum carries you into the kitchen afterward, it's a fault. Now, if you're starting to lose your balance, you could 1, jump over the kitchen to the sideline, or, and this is the fun one, your partner could come get you out of trouble by pulling you off the line. Now, before we get into rule number 2, well, at the end of this video, we're gonna play a little game called whoever loses is gonna get that ice water poured on their head. They didn't know this. I just partnered up with a new hydration company called SLAMIT, and I've been using the product for months and I love it for 2 reasons. First, it has clean ingredients, and where most hydration products only have 3 electrolytes, SLAMIT has 6 of the essential electrolytes that you need to perform your best on court, for your muscles to stay strong, and for your brain to stay good. So give it a try. I have a link in the description below. For 10% off, you can use Kyle10. And make sure you stick around because somebody very soon is getting ice water dumped on their head. And I think it might be Charlie. Here's rule number 2. Step in anytime, but let it bounce before you hit. Now, one of the main arguments that happens out on rec courts all over the country, probably the world, is that you have to wait for the ball to bounce before you can step into the kitchen. Untrue. You can step into the kitchen anytime you want, even before the ball bounces, but you must let it bounce before you hit it. Shoot, you could even stand in there during the whole point if you wanted. But there are a few reasons you might not want to do this. Number 1, if the ball comes at you too fast and isn't going to bounce inside the kitchen, you'll have to let it go past you to avoid hitting it out of the air inside of the kitchen. Number 2, also standing right in the kitchen is like asking to get hit with a body bag, because remember, if the ball hits your body, you lose the point. And the closer you stand to the net, the easier it is for your opponent to intentionally hit you. Instead, be behind the line, and when you notice the ball is going to land close to the net, you can step in and take it off the bounce. Then, after you hit it, I advise that you move back behind the line again so you are prepared to hit the next ball out of the air if that's the situation that arises. Here's rule number 3. It's the net A's. Here's all the rules with regard to the net that you need to know. The first A is around, and you can hit the ball around the post, which is called an ATP. So if the ball travels far enough outside of the post, you are allowed to hit the ball around the post, even if it doesn't go over the net, as long as it lands back in the court. Here's the second A, above. And the shot you need to know is called the Ernie, named after a guy named Ernie who used to hit this shot a long time ago. With an Ernie, you can jump over the kitchen or run around the kitchen to get closer to the net to slam it if the opponent gives you a ball where that can happen. And yes, you could technically run through the kitchen to do this. You just have to reestablish yourself outside the kitchen line before you make contact with the ball. The third A is a cross. Now, if you go for that Ernie and you cross the plane of the net before making contact with the ball, that's a fault. But you can cross the plane after you make contact with the ball. That's okay. The second thing to know is around the net post. Nothing can touch the net post. If the ball hits the net post, that's a fault. Now, let's give you one final bonus quiz question to see if you know the rules pretty well. And if you don't, you're gonna learn something new. Here's the question. Is this legal? Watch closely. Watch closely. Sometimes the ball might get hit and it might land in your opponent's court, but it has so much spin or wind that it bounces back over the net to your side without your opponent ever touching it. Then your opponent reaches over the net onto the other side and tries to hit it, but they hit it into the net. Yes, If you said yes, it is legal, you are correct. And hey, if you like little quizzes like that, we actually have a pickleball IQ quiz that you can take. A link is in the description below. It's 10 questions. Few people ever get 10 out of 10. I dare you to try. Check that out. Now it's time for the final SLAMIT hydration challenge. Are you ready? Here's how it works to decide who is gonna get that SLAMIT ice water that's in there right now. And some of you might be thinking, it's not fair. There's a little girl right here and there's another person right here. Oh, she's a Division I athlete, it's okay. All right, here's the rules of the game. We're gonna play 1 kitchen point. We'll play left-handed. You cannot speed up the first 2 balls. If you miss at any point the first 2 balls, or you are the reason the point lost, I will be the judge of this. That seems fair. That person will get water dumped on their head in the SLAMIT hydration challenge of the day. Boom, boom, boom. Oh gosh.
You wanted me to get it so bad.
What do you want to say to your dad?
Good luck.
I deserve it.
What do you want to say anything? Do you want to do anything before it happens?
I need to get focused. Here we go. Slam it. Bring it on!
Tyler, face that camera and get onto your knees. And we just want to say one more thing.
That is cool.
Good job. No, unnecessary, unnecessary, unnecessary. Make sure you subscribe.